Do you see Ben Shapiro confront Biden in person? What? Yeah. The HasanAbi broadcast is proven to radicalize you, your girlfriend, and your parents. For the affordable price of a $5 a month subscription, you too can rid yourself of the disease of thinking meritocracy is real, that billionaires deserve all of their wealth and are simply working harder and smarter. You can also get a better perspective on things like American imperialism destroying the rest of the planet, the media's biases when they're covering things like the Palestinian struggle. You know what I mean? What will happen to the Israelis when you take back Palestine of 1948? Let's see if this is reactionary as fuck. Probably is. I want to see. It might be super reactionary, to be honest.
إذا الفلسطينيين استرجعوا كل فلسطين شو بيصير في 6 مليون يهودي؟
بتتوزع حول العالم.
They would be
separated in
they would
other
be
countries.
spread to the rest of the countries or to other countries around the world.
So they'd be thrown out.
So يعني بينطردوا.
طبعا.
Of course.
Okay.
We saw this? No, I never watched this.
They can't stay?
No, they can't stay.
Why?
It's our land.
Even the ones who were born here?
I can't adjust the audio levels. It's like, it's literally, the audio levels are broken.
Of course, even the one who born here.
Even the ones who were born here before 1948?
No, those ones, no. They can't stay.
Now, okay, let's say, pretend I'm Israeli, and my grandmother was born here before in 1948. Can I stay?
Yeah, you can stay.
This guy cherry picks clips to make Israelis look better and Palestinians look worse. I mean, if he's cherry picking clips to make Israelis look better, then he's not doing a very good job with it. Because the Israelis that he interviewed were not looking good at all.
But that's most Israelis.
No, not most Israelis born before 48.
Many Israelis.
Okay, but it's not the most. Maybe 500,000 in the
I have to now find out the numbers, but okay.
First of all, do you believe, let's start with this. Do you believe in a one-state solution or a two-state solution? Dawla wahat.
Dude, what the fuck? Why did he record this with a fucking... Every single video that we've seen so far, at least they were like, you know, at least you could hear what the fuck they're saying.
Okay, so I'll ask
I can't hear anything he's saying.
this. When there is Palestine, when there is Palestine in 1948 Palestine, all of it, it's all Palestine. When that happens, one state, what happens to the Jews?
لما تصير دولة واحدة شو نسوي اللي هو
نفضل عرب زلمة خلص انه
اوكي
You're gonna throw me out?
شو كان؟
بدك تزتها برا
You're gonna throw me out? Really?
I'm sorry. What could anyone with this haircut? Bro! What is that, bro? What is that, dude? That's a fucking war crime, dude. What the fuck? What the fuck, dude? My man was like, I want to have bangs, but also a faux hawk. Like, what happened? Yeah, two-state solution. What about... Oh, someone in the chat said two-shave solution, dude. Oh, no. This guy living in 2098. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay.
Hi. You are now Facebook
He was
friends.
jailed. He got
For the record, whatever the fuck Palestinians say in this regard, while still like ridiculous or even outright violent, does not change the realities of the apartheid regime. Just gonna point that out probably throughout the entire video. My argument for Palestinian liberation does not revolve around individual Palestinians having good opinions or bad opinions, or I don't like the Israeli occupation because the Israelis have bad opinions or good opinions. As a matter of fact, I consistently say that regardless of what the point of view is, it's the fault of the government itself. The question is bait since it has the premise of taking back 1948 Palestine.
Okay, but we're now Facebook friends.
No, the other ones are bait too. Like, to be fair, he absolutely does bait the fucking the Jewish people that he interviews as well. He asks them like pretty aggro questions.
You're still gonna throw me out?
Ask him. He's a witness. He was walking and they caught him and asked him what he did to him. They started hitting him with his gun.
Yeah.
They hit him so hard. They took him to jail. They tortured him for real. 6 months. And I didn't even believe it when I saw. I came from America. I haven't been here for a couple months. You know, and when I seen that in front of me, like, what are you gonna have? How are you gonna think of Jews and the Jewish army after that?
Yeah, but he knows me now. We've sat here and talked for an hour. He still would throw me out?
You guys took our land, and you guys killed us, and you guys burnt us.
So you would throw Roy out too?
So like, your people are throwing them out. Yeah, I mean, of course. Of course they harbor fucking resentment, by the way. And this is why I talk about how you feel making fun of his hair now is on. No, his haircut is still devastating, dude. I'm sorry. Yeah, him baiting the settlers distracted from the idea of giving them the green light to do all this stuff in the first place. What? He's getting destroyed though. Why'd he post this? Probably a lot of the Palestinians don't have don't have this kind of take though. Like there's a massive language barrier on the Palestinian side. There's a much wider language barrier than there is on the Israeli side because the people that he's talking to sometimes are like this dude, like in America, you know what I mean, or came straight from America. I don't think throwing Jews out is even a bad take. The best solution, in my opinion, would have the similar situation as Algerian independence, where the colonists mostly fled. No. The difference there, no, dude, that's crazy. The difference in this situation is that it has been ongoing. The occupation has been ongoing for so long that there are literal fucking children that are born on Israeli soil. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Ultimately, the best solution possible is a one-state solution that involves reparations to the fucking Palestinians. It is ridiculous to say that, like, they're not a small, tiny sliver or a marginal group of people, and they're also not colonizers that have another fucking land to go back to. You have to remember that, like, for most of these people that live there, they literally fucking, they escaped other countries where they were also being marginalized, also being oppressed. Now, there are obviously people like Jewish people coming in from America and settling in the West Bank, and that is significantly less defensible, or not even a defensible position at all, obviously. But for the most part, there are hella fucking Israeli people that are just Israeli. That's the nation state that that's the nation state that the UN and the British people chose for the Israeli people, or Jewish people in general. And that is a shitty situation, but it is what it is. There will never be a one-state solution with a Jewish minority. That's a fantasy. Yeah, well, it's a fantasy, but it's the only appropriate thing to do going forward. How often do we get an Arab Palestinian or Arab Israeli take it all? I'll answer almost never. Easy to cherry pick if that's the only take you want. What? Yes, every resistance to apartheid or similar has seemed violent or extreme like this, despite being on the right side of history. Nelson Mandela, it was, and his organization was regarded as a terrorist organization. Like, and look at the way we treat it now. Look at the way we think about it now. I mean, MLK was considered a communist agitator, right? So no matter what happens, like, that's always going to occur. It's always going to occur, right? Especially by Western colonizers who will reshape the narrative. Having said that, though, if you ask me for my personal opinion, which I give all the fucking time, I think that no matter what happens, there are so many people that live on that soil, that live on that land, and that's all they fucking know, that it would be, at this point, inhumane to purge those people from that land. Just like it was inhumane to purge the Palestinians from that land. You understand? Just because one side is more justifiable in an otherwise violent act does not mean it's the right or appropriate thing to do. Which is why I always say reparations and a right to return. Or reparations in general. But also remember, like, this is the reason why I talk about, like, how Israel's actions create more radicalized young men, especially in the Gaza Strip. So when the millions of Palestinians can finally come home, where do they go? Their homes were stolen. I know. That's why I'm saying that a one-state, nation-state project is not going to be easy. I understand that. There is an amicable way to deal with it, which is build more fucking houses. Listen, it's not going to be an easy situation. What you're saying is honestly just idealism. Even as an outsider looking in, what you're talking about is an impossibility, pure idealism. I understand that it's virtually impossible. But it doesn't fucking matter. It doesn't matter if it, like, comes across as unrealistic. That is the goal that people should be trying to arrive at. You guys are leftists. I'm so confused. Like, it's like saying that there should be no way out of capitalism because it seems impossible, that it's easier to fucking predict the end of the world than predict the end of capitalism. So I guess, you just give up on it. I know that it won't happen. Most likely, it won't happen. But that should not deter you from trying to... People say just build forehead, but if the government would help the Palestinians, there would have been no problem. It's such a weird take to find Palestinians at fault for being racist, angry during their occupation. Like, Jewish people wouldn't have said that about Germans during the Holocaust. Oh, no, for sure. And also, that doesn't make it less right. Like, that doesn't take away from their liberation. I chose the wrong words there. I didn't mean, like, that doesn't make it less right. Like, go talk to black people under apartheid regimes, and they're not going to have such fond takes about fucking white people, you know?
You guys took our land, and you guys killed us, and you guys burnt us.
So you would throw Roy out too?
He said that there were Jews before the 48. Like,
yeah.
We let them in, we welcomed them and everything, and then...
Can they stay?
Why do you think you would?
Nah. He says no Zionists.
Hold on a second. Wait.
There's a difference.
No, there isn't.
Okay, first of all, he goes, there's a difference between Jews and Zionists. He goes, no, there isn't. Yes, there is. And secondly, technically, if you are to go back to historic Palestine, then they're not Zionists anymore. It's a one-state solution where Palestinians, no matter what their fucking ethnic background or religion is, live together. So literally, it is the eradication of a Zionist dream, and therefore it doesn't fucking matter. Not a difference? Are you kidding me? Yeah, I mean, of course. Oh, by the way, the dude that makes these interviews is a Zionist.
But
There's
hold
a difference
on.
between Zionists and Jews.
No.
Yeah,
Well, there's a difference in the concepts, but I'm saying
Yeah.
everyone thinks they're a Zionist. It doesn't mean the same thing it means to you. Hold on. So who can stay?
I didn't think that was biased until now. Why is he fucking arguing people in the Ass Project? He does that with the other side too. You're just conditioned not to see it. He absolutely does that with the Jewish people that he asks questions to. Anyone who says that this dude is not this contentious with the Jewish people is wrong. You just are literally not seeing it. He does it. He does. He does do it. Is this the Ass Project dude too? Yeah. Yeah.
Once they take Palestine.
مين اللي مسموح منهم اليهود اليوم؟
No Jews.
شو
انو اللي بدك تسمح لهم يضلوا هان اليوم؟
ولا كرخنجي.
Not one Jew.
Not one Jew, even the ones who were here before 1948.
حتى اللي بكوا هان قبل 48.
حتى اللي بكوا قبل 56.
What?
Yeah, even before.
Okay.
That's
I mean, he's
I don't want to be your friend on Facebook.
Yeah, I mean, look, he's fucking. It's wrong. It's not a correct opinion to have.
So what should I do?
Speak to the hand.
So what should I do?
He said before 56.
So what should we do? What should Roy do? Where's he gonna go?
وين يروحوا؟
أنا بروح كندا. هنا مريح.
He's not Canadian.
No one will let me in any other place.
شو كندا؟ شو خاصة في
الصبر
كندا؟
بتقول لي من كندا.
هو من كندا.
Tell him my grandparents were in Iraq, and the Muslim people killed the Muslim people killed them in Iraq in 1940, and they ran to here, and I don't have anywhere to go.
هذول يهود.
I mean, dude, he's literally asking a motherfucker who was personally tortured by a oppressive colonizing force by a dude who's also, this is why I say, like, people who fucking hate Jewish people across the board that are anti-Semitic have the same take on Zionism as hardcore Zionists do, which is all Jews represent the interests of Zionism and Zionism is all Jews. Those two dudes are having that exact same point of view from the other side. Do you see what I mean? Like, that dude is saying all Jews are Zionists and the Zionist occupying force tortured me. Fuck them. And the other dude is saying all Jews are Zionists and, you know, that means you don't want any of the Jews here. And he's like, yeah, I don't.
عيد 66 بكوا في العراق المسلمين قتل عائلتهم وهم شردوا
مسلمية. And I don't have any.
But is there a nationalist Muslim country where Jews are welcome? Turkey. Like, literally. Just one. not saying too much, but I don't know about Morocco. Look, here's the thing. No, don't say literally most of them, motherfucker. Are you crazy? Like, let's not act like Muslim nations after the inception of Israel didn't purge Jewish people from their countries either. Like, don't act like that didn't happen. It did. Most North African, I guess. UAE recently started welcoming Jews. Yeah, that's a consequence of the normalization of relationships with Gulf leaders. Does that make this okay? No, none of that makes it okay.
يعني جاي تستد منا.
شو استاذ؟
يستد منا.
لا يا زلمه الله يقطعك يعني هو بقول لك لليش هو جاي شارد من حرب هناك.
طب خليك شارد شو بدك فيه بس فيش سلام
He said he could have ran anywhere else.
Now no one will take me.
He said everybody go back to where their origin is from. Can you name 10 Jewish people that have 2 generations that have been here?
Most Jewish people
2
I know,
generations,
more
like
than
their
a
grandfather's
lot.
grandfather.
Yeah.
Many.
Like you guys literally,
Many.
you have no tradition, you have no culture. It's sad, honestly.
That's
like,
not.
that's what you see.
First, no. But that's the. Hold on, I'll stop this because this is nice. If Palestinians
That is definitely a Palestinian take I hear from time to time, saying that Israelis are Palestinians do say, like, some Palestinians do say that Israelis are culture vultures, and that they like appropriated a lot of like Arabic culture and like just specifically promoted as like Israeli. Colonizers have no culture. Seems like they're just shit talking them because they don't like them. A lot of Jews are Arabs, so I was just about to say, like, a lot of the cultural food that like Israel has, of course, because it's a new fucking nation, comes from whatever the ethnic background of Jews are from other countries that they're from. And there's hella fucking, Middle Eastern and North African Jews and shit. So it does make sense that it would be... They're literally genetically brothers. I mean, yeah, they're Semitic people.
Take over all of 48 Palestine. They take back everything. What happens to the Israelis? What happens to the Jews?
They'll be like the Palestinians that are right here, right now.
What do you mean? There'll be an occupation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think?
No, they won't be.
Is that what you want, or that's what you think will happen?
Well, they won't be an occupation because that would mean somebody from the outside coming in and taking.
This is like, I was just about to say, POC here say the exact same thing about white folks. This is just a thing oppressed people say about colonizers. I was just about to say that. This is like asking someone in the segregated South if they were, if they were allowed to fucking speak freely about a particular situation. It's like asking them what they think about like white people in the fucking South and like what would happen in a truly just society or something. But in fact, it's still vengeance. It's not justice. That is vengeance. Okay? But demanding the... Please watch the video without pausing every 2 seconds. How about I fucking ban you and keep doing that regardless? What you have to remember, though, is that, like, them being angry is understandable. But it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't, ultimately, it's just anger that's guiding them to feel this way. And if situations were different, if they weren't subject to so much, if they weren't on the receiving end of so much death and destruction, their opinions over time would change.
Over them, but it would be us reclaiming what's ours.
Okay.
So they would be our guests.
Okay.
So
Do you think they would be
have to
equal?
go by the Palestinian law.
Okay. Do you think they would be equal?
Would they be equal? They wouldn't be equal, no, but they would probably be given equal rights.
Okay, so what's the difference?
To be equal is like saying, are the Native Americans equal to the immigrants that come into the United States? That's the same thing. So the Palestinians are like the Native Americans,
Okay.
and the Israelis now are what the others that come into the United States.
Okay.
Or like everybody that came in on the Mayflower. That's how they would be.
Okay. Oh, the Israelis are like
Well, that's what
like
they are.
the Europeans.
That's what they are, yeah.
Okay, even though they were here before.
Who was here?
The Israelis.
Where?
Here.
They weren't here before.
Of course they were.
No.
Jews were here before.
No, they weren't. Well, Jews, yeah, but not the Israelis.
What's the
There was
difference?
no Israel.
Doesn't matter. It's the same. They're still the same people.
There's a big difference.
Why?
Because Israel was...
Wait, what? I fucking missed this. Sorry. I'm getting messages from my agent.
Okay. Oh, the Israelis are like
Well, that's what
like
they are.
the Europeans.
That's what they are, yeah.
Okay, even though they were here before.
Wait, what? I mean, that's like, okay, well, he's just fucking wrong now. Like, what do you mean?
Who was here
The
before?
Israelis.
Where?
Here.
They weren't here before.
Of course they were.
No.
Jews were here before.
No, they weren't. Well, Jews...
Yeah, he says Jews, yes, but not the Israelis.
What's the
There
difference?
was no Israel.
Doesn't matter. It's the same. They're still the same people.
There's a big difference.
Why?
Because Israel was. When was Israel established?
No, that's a country.
He didn't
So-
do this in his other interviews. He's arguing. No, he is biased. Of course, he's literally fucking. He's conflating all Jews with Israel. He's also obviously a Zionist, but he fucking literally will ask very piercing fucking questions to the Jewish people to make them look bad as well with their fucking answers, and will continue to literally say like, stop. Like I'm telling you. The only difference here is that you also have an opinion on this matter, and that's why you're getting upset, which is understandable. It's understandable to get upset because ultimately when he's doing it to people who are in the process of colonizing another people, then yeah, you don't give a shit when he's being fucking annoying to the Jewish people because you're like, yeah, they're the colonizers. But when he is being annoying to the colonized, who is of course going to have anger and resentment towards those who have killed their family members, that lock them up with no extra fucking reason other than the fact that they're Palestinian, then yeah, that's the reason why you're getting upset. But don't act like he doesn't do this shit to the... No, I'm talking about like the Israelis that are either occupying or... Well, he talks to like a bunch of Jewish people. He doesn't just talk to Israeli people. But yes. He always does provoke them. So we're biased? Yes, of course you're biased. I'm biased. It's normal to be biased. As long as you're biased on the side of fucking justice. Like, everyone is biased. It's about what, like, if you're biased on the towards humanity, then yeah, there you go.
So yeah, so there was also no France.
But see, it's,
300
more-
years ago, they're still French people.
Wait, what the fuck? I'm so confused by this take. Like, what the fuck?
Right, but okay, so that goes back to Zionism.
Okay.
Jews were here before. Zionism didn't exist. They lived happily amongst
True.
Christians and Muslims too.
Okay.
And there were Jewish Palestinians, there were Christian, like there are Jewish Christian Palestinians and Muslim Palestinians. So Zionism came in and it just made them think with their Zionist ideology, thinking that they're better than everybody else. And they used Judaism as an excuse to justify all the atrocities that they committed against the Palestinians. A lot of it is forgotten right now because time passed by and people just decided to overlook it.
I mean, he's spitting like.
That's what you think happened?
That's what I know happened.
What does this guy think happened? I'm confused.
There are still a lot.
How do you know that?
Okay, he's definitely arguing. Like in the other videos, you can tell he's just like reading out prompts, and also on top of that, like very clearly asking piercing questions to like get them to say a particular thing. But in this one, he's like kind of breaking character and just being like, you're wrong. That's not what happened. Like, okay, chill, dude. Like, keep the same energy that you had with the Israeli dudes, man. What the fuck?
You're saying what Jews think.
Because you have Palestinians that live in Lebanon and in Jordan and in refugee camps all over the world. And where did they come from? They didn't just pop up out of nowhere. They had homes, they had towns, they existed in what was known as Palestine.
Okay.
And then they were kicked
No,
out.
I'm talking about.
Wait, this video is kind of a Boo Boo Bennett moment. Like, yeah, they did say like the dudes are fucking mad, but like when he asked them more questions, like they deliver on it. Like their justifications, like their ultimate solution is wrong. I'll just straight up say it. Like purging all Jewish people or all Israelis from the land that they currently occupy, from a moral point of view, considering how there are so many people that have literally lived there for so long and that's all they fucking know, is, in my point of view, the wrong thing to do. Okay? This guy never said that. No, I'm talking about like all of the other dudes that said something along those lines. Okay? That's not this guy's position. He just said equal rights. Yeah, I mean, if he's talking about equal rights for all Jews, especially Jews that like lived here in Palestine, like, he's basically just saying like, listen, Jews lived here in Palestine. They lived in harmony with the rest of the Palestinians. Everything changed when the Fire Nation attacked.
That Zionism says Jews are better, and how did you phrase it?
Well, Zionism is racism, and they look at Zionists. You could be, as long as you're a Zionist, you could be from Poland to Russia. You're welcome to come into what they call now Israel, and you could have everything you want. You get an apartment, you get all the stuff that you could get in any modern world like the United States or in Europe, I'm assuming. But you could be born here, be a Palestinian, and you are not. You don't get any kind of right.
Do Nazis care about Jews or Zionism? No, Nazis cared about Jews. They just want. What do you mean Zionism? Nazis didn't give a fuck about Zionism. What the fuck are you talking about? I feel like that's a fucking Nazi that asked that question. It's such a dumb question, dude. Like, Zionism existed at that point, and but it was nothing. Like, no, it's an 11-year-old. Yeah, what the fuck?
Right, you could be killed, and whoever killed you isn't going to be held accountable. Like what happened in this village over here, not so long in Kusra, a whole family was burned alive. The father, the wife, and one of the children. One is still recovering right now. Yeah. What happened to the guy that did it?
They haven't caught him yet.
They did. No, they caught one of them. They gave him.
Common anti-Semitic take is to say the Nazis were Zionists. Yeah, I know. It's. Okay. I'm not gonna get into like territory that literally. I'm not gonna get into territory that literally like borders on anti-Semitic Holocaust revisionism. To say that Hitler was a Zionist is inherently anti-Semitic because you imply, okay, it doesn't matter. I know it's the fucking like the original goal of it's literally the Netanyahu Holocaust revisionism, which is straight up the original goal of the Nazi party was to fucking move Jews away from Germany, which is just not true. So shut the fuck up. You understand? That's why I'm saying that it's fucking annoying. Like, ultimately, certain subsects trying to engage in a fucking like certain subsects, certain groups of people who are literally trying to survive, trying to fucking put together an agreement of survival, and to attribute that to like collaboration with the Nazis, or that the Nazis were fucking inherently Zionist, is anti-Semitic. It's the same as saying like fucking George Soros was a Nazi collaborator, which is something that anti-Semitic people say all the time. When he was fucking 14 years old during the Holocaust, and his entire family was being murdered. How the fuck a comment make you delete your whole shit? Maybe you a bitch? What? DX? Oh, he's just rapping?
30-day probation.
No, it's not what happened. It doesn't matter.
That's what the news said.
No,
that was
a guy was taken into custody for 6 months, but there's no proof that he did it yet.
Well, that's what they want to say, of course. It's how hard. One of them, they gave him 30-day probation.
No, it's not what happened. It doesn't matter.
That's what.
Wait, isn't that? Didn't he literally go to a civil court? Am I crazy? 18-month-old Ali Dawabshe was burned and alive in a fire. Both of his parents died from their injuries within weeks. The 21-year-old Israeli settler Amram Ben Yuliel was indicted for the murder along with an Israeli minor for participating in the planning of the murder. In addition, along with 2 others, they were both charged with 1 count of membership in a terrorist organization. Wait, never mind. They actually didn't go to... Yeah, they were sentenced to life imprisonment. He went to jail for life. Wasn't there a dude that literally wasn't there a dude that... No, Chad, Zionism existed before World War II and the Holocaust? Yes, it did. As I've talked about before, Theodor Herzl, the founding father of the Zionist movement, literally went to Abdul Hamid, the Ottoman Sultan at the time, who controlled Palestine, and asked for that land in its entirety. Wasn't there like a fucking Israeli dude that killed... Sentencing was 2025 years later? Oh, shit. Herzl had some weird fucking takes. I'm not going to get into it. But don't both of the governments... but a lot of people had weird takes back then, okay? I'm interested in what happened in Zionist movement between the First and Second World War. Seni Abdülhamit yalnızlığına bırakmayacağız abi. Why would the Ottoman Sultanate agree to hand over Palestine? Seemed like a dumb plan. Yeah, and they didn't.
What the news said?
No, it
That's
was,
the
he was
that was
a
one
guy
of
was
their
taken
news said.
into custody for 6 months, but there's no proof that he did it yet.
Well, that's what they want to say, of course. It's how hard could it be when you have a few, well, actually more than a few radicals that are known in that area to do this kind of stuff.
Okay.
They could catch them if
Okay.
they wanted to.
So getting back to, so the Jews would stay if all of it becomes Palestine again. Wow. The Jews would stay.
Yeah, they could stay.
Okay. So they just wouldn't be thought of as native.
Well, they could stay. You know, it doesn't really matter whether they're.
Bro, this guy realized that like what he was saying was a little aggro through the conversation, and literally went from like, we'll treat the Jews as they currently treat us, to like, no, they can stay. It's just one nation. Like he was mad, and then he was like, okay, maybe I'm being a little too mad. And now he's just like, yeah, I've reformed. No, he never said that. He literally said, we'll treat the Jews as they treat us in the beginning of the fucking conversation. Did he not say that?
What do you mean? There'll be an occupation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think?
No, they won't be.
Is that what you want, or that's what you think will happen?
Well, they won't be an occupation.
Oh, he just...
That would mean somebody from the outside.
No. Wait, hold on. Yeah, see, look.
They'll be like the Palestinians that are right here, right now.
What do you mean?
He's saying like for the Jews, look.
Create Palestine. They take back everything. What happens to the Israelis? What happens to the Jews?
They'll be like the Palestinians that are right here, right now.
What do you mean? There'll be an occupation?
Yeah.
Yeah, you think?
No, they won't be.
Is that what?
Wait, why is the Zionist admitting that there's an occupation? I just like... No, I think it was... I think he wasn't... He corrected himself. I don't think he was talking about... Yeah, I misunderstood. Sorry. He corrected himself. Like, he said something that made it seem like he was saying, like, we're gonna fucking treat Jewish people in Israel like the Israeli people treat us right now, but
our guess.
Okay.
So
Do you think they would
we
be
have to
equal?
go by the Palestinian law.
Okay. Do you think they would be equal?
Would they be equal? They wouldn't be equal, no, but they would probably be given equal rights.
Okay, so what's the difference?
To be equal is like saying, are the Native Americans equal to the immigrants that come into the United States? That's the same thing. So the Palestinians are like the Native Americans,
Okay.
and the Israelis now.
Britain promised Ottomans that Palestine will be independent, but instead they gave lands to Zionists.
Are what the others that come into the United States.
Okay.
Oh, he's just saying that we can't be equal in the sense that like they're the colonizers and we're the indigenous people. But then he literally goes in to describe that like, no, it would be like Jews living here before Zionism.
To come into what they call now Israel,
Mm-hmm.
and you could have everything you want. You get an apartment, you get all the stuff that you.
And now he goes on to describe why it's like supremacist. Zionism is predicated on like Jewish supremacy.
What
Yeah, he
happened to
said
the guy
the
that
law would be.
did it?
They haven't caught him yet.
They did.
No,
they
they
caught
didn't.
one of them. They gave him 30-day probation.
No, it's not what happened. It doesn't matter.
That's what the news said.
No, it
That's
was
the
he
one-
was
that was
a
one of
guy
their
was taken
news said.
into custody for 6 months, but there's no proof that he did it yet.
Well, that's what they want to say, of course. It's how hard could it be when you have a few, well, actually more than a few radicals that are known in that area to do this kind of stuff.
Okay.
They could catch them if
Okay.
they wanted to.
So getting back to, so the Jews would stay if all of it becomes Palestine again. Wow. The Jews would stay.
Yeah, they could stay.
Okay. So they just wouldn't be thought of as native.
Well, they could stay. You know, it doesn't really matter whether they're native or not. Like, you go to California. I live in California. I wasn't born in California, but I'm an American citizen. I get the right like any other American citizen gets.
Okay.
And they would have to be a law that would be equal to everybody. Now, whether that law is going to be, the next question would be, who's going to enforce that law? The current Palestinians? I think that's very hard for them to implement that kind of law.
Right.
Because you can look at the laws implemented right now. There's a lot of
Dude, this motherfucker looks like Jank a little bit, like young Jank.
corruption going on. Just like there's corruption in other places, in other entities, in other governments. I mean, it's ideal, but now is not the right time.
Okay.
What I think.
Okay. But is that the goal?
The goal right now, I think, is for peace to exist, to stop the killing, and then start step by step.
Okay.
The only
I
problem.
don't know. At first, I thought like this was gonna be really bad, but it's kind of not bad at all. It's pretty. Two of the dudes, like even the fucking angry dude, was like, "Yeah, of course he's fucking angry." Like he was tortured for 6 months. I mean, those were like way more aggro, but this dude is just like chill.
The problem is that it takes too long. It's taking too long, and a lot of Palestinians are killed in the process.
الدولتين. What do you think of the two-state solution?
حل الدولتين، دولة فلسطينية ودولة إسرائيلية. أنا كفلسطيني مرفوض جدا.
As a Palestinian, I refuse.
You mean we are very reasonable and chill people? I do not expect Palestinians living in fucking Gaza and shit to have like chill and reasonable takes on the occupation for the most part. Like I don't even fault them for it. They're literally currently being occupied. I mean, he is Californian, so that probably is where it comes from, but still. Like why the fuck would they, or why the fuck should they? But they're not in Gaza, right? Is this where is this interview taking place? Like I assume this is in the West Bank, right?
Okay.
لأن الأرض أرضي وأرض أجدادنا، كيف بدي أعطيهم أنا جزء منها.
Because it's my land and it's my ancestors' land. How can I give it to someone else?
Okay. So if
if he takes back Palestine of 1948, what happens to the Israelis?
اوكي اذا بتسترد اراضي 48 شو بصير في الاسرائيليه؟
يرحل.
They can leave.
Where are they going to go?
وين ممكن يروحوا؟
محل ما أشوف.
Where they came from.
What about people who are mixed and they're from all different places?
طب بالاشخاص المخلطين اللي هم من عده امكنه زي مثلا ابو فرنسي امه بولنديه.
اللي أوجد المشكلة هو يتحمل مسؤوليته بس أنا مش أنا المواطن الأصلي مش.
Whoever
مش
found
عندي
it,
يعني.
the problem should find the solution. It's not my responsibility. Because
That's so fun. I'm sorry. His translator, Iraqi was his translator is not very good. I used to be a translator, by the way. I think she said Israelis and not Jews, right? That's why. Like, what the fuck? Why? Bro, I make wedding dresses. That's so funny, dude. Translator's pretty good.
Palestine, it's my land. أول سؤال أو إحنا حنسأل بس سؤال واحد. إذا الفلسطينيين استردوا كل فلسطين، شو رح يصير في ال6 مليون إسرائيلي أو يهودي؟
بيرجعوا لمكان ما أجوا منه.
علي صوتك شوي.
يعني بيرجعوا للمطرح اللي أجوا منه.
They will go back to where they came from.
What about for one who's a quarter Polish, half Yemenite, and a quarter Iraqi?
طيب والمخلطين مثلا اللي أصله بولندي ويمني وعراقي مع بعض، وين يروح؟
No, and he's all mixed.
Yeah. What if he's mixed Polish, Iraqi, and Yemeni?
من مطرح يعني مسقط راسه منين اجى علينا هو بالنهايه هون مش ارضه هو كان
أنا عارف
بالضبط هو راح يكون يرجع من المطرح اللي اجى فيه كان من العراق او من اليمن او بالنهايه هناك لسه موجودين يعني رايحين نرجع للمطرح اللي اجوا منه.
He has to go from wherever he came from originally, whether it was Iraq, Yemen, or
He has to go back.
other place. Yes.
What if his family was here before 1948?
طب إذا عيلته كانت موجودة هون قبل 48.
بالنهايه هو له حق المواطن يكون موجود في الدولة الفلسطينية مش في الدولة الإسرائيلية.
Well, in that term, then he would have the right to be a citizen in the Palestinian country, not the Israeli country.
When Palestinians get back Palestine of 1948, which is today Israel, what happens to the Israelis?
Okay, السؤال هو.
No, he said where he was born, not where they came from. This translator is terrible. I speak Arabic, she's fine. She said together instead of mixed, which is how you should say it. What if their families were expelled by other countries? I mean, I don't know why you're fucking asking me these questions when you know what my take is on the matter. Like, I don't think it's appropriate to fucking purge historic Palestine of all Israelis that live there. I know that Palestinians will not agree with me on this, but some Palestinians might not agree with me on this. But I think as long as there are reparations, and as long as there's as long as there is a right to return, then, you know. Zionists living together with Palestinians, huh? I mean, guys, here is the hidden truth that Zionists actually willingly admit. The problem is they conflate it with the entirety of the Jewish population. Scarlet Muse, reparations, LMFAO, nice fiction, small head. Dude, you're a disgusting, filthy, bloodthirsty Zionist psychopath. Why do you keep literally fucking just self-reporting in the chat? Like, look at this. Look where they came from. I am from here. My Jewish blood is Judean. Deal with it. We were originally from here. Yeah, give it to the fucking Colonites or whatever. The Canaanites, however you fucking say it. Like, it's so fucking stupid. Give it to the Romans, dude. How about that? No, they conquered, right? Just like Israelis say, like, we conquered, so it's ours. So I guess it's Italian territory now. Making me fucking stutter with your moronic fucking baboon takes, dude. Reparation, LMFAO, nice fiction, small head. Listen, motherfucker. You and every other person that defends these fucking bloodthirsty actions need to recognize that what you should be looking for is justice, okay? Just like that person, just like that black lady said in the aftermath of the George Floyd protest, like, white people should be excited that we are not looking for vengeance and we're just simply looking for justice. Like, that's crazy. When it moves on to the vengeance territory, I say that is inappropriate. I say that it is inhumane because I have more humanity than you, I guess. You, on the other hand, do not have that shred of humanity or decency within you. It's almost like, it just literally feels like, where's my reparations for losing my family to Hamas? What the fuck are you talking about? Now we're living in a fucking fantasy, in a made up fantasy that you created, I think. And once again, if you have such aggressive and maniacal takes about in defense of an occupying, colonizing, apartheid state, then why the fuck don't you understand why Palestinians might want to fucking defend themselves from psychos like you? Pet the chud. Everyone I know lost a person in the war. Yeah, well, Palestinians lost a lot more. They lost their homes too. Okay, she should probably get banned. No, I like it. I like it. I like having her here. It took many years for the descendants of the Holocaust to get reparations. We also think it's unrealistic post-Holocaust, just like we think it's unrealistic for Palestinians now. I'm sorry that you know people that, or you have descendants or parents that died, or family members that died literally in the process of purging Palestinians from their homes. Like, fuck do you want me to say to that, dude? It's a war, but then you also always make it seem like it's supposed to be one-sided. It's a war, but whenever it's a fucking massacre, whenever it's anything beyond a massacre, whenever the other side fights back or pushes back, then you try to justify further massacring these people. Is it a war and it's fair is fair? Or is it a fucking massacre? It has always been one-sided and it will continue to be one-sided. She called me a Nazi for saying Zionism is stupid, even though I'm also Jewish. I mean, it's not. Like, I'm confused. Do you think Americans have a right to, like, I don't know, Iraqi territory? Because, do you think the fucking guy from Wisconsin has a right to Iraqi territory because his, like, fucking cousin died? Like, are you that kind of a sick freak, dude? Go on. Say yes. I want to hear Scarlett Johansson over here say yes to this shit. Come on, dude. Glad we're just numbers to you, bud. Yeah. Yeah. Oh my God. Stop trying to victimize yourself as you literally defend an indefensible and cruel and bloodthirsty state, dude. Please. Can you please tell me if you think that the American soldiers that fucking died, do their families have a right to Iraqi territory? It's mine now. Sorry, it's mine. My cousin died here. Israeli POV victims, Palestine POV, Yas Queen. I mean, yes, literally. Literally. Yes, you're getting it. Because they are victims. They are literally victims. Palestinian people are literally victims to your occupation. The occupation that you are defending for $0 and 0 cents, which you don't need to. It takes $0 to fucking see something that is unjustifiable and be like, that's unjustifiable. I'm not going to do that. I would say that the Israelis who have died are still victims of the Zionist project. They didn't deserve to die because the government is provoking shit. I agree with that 100%. I'm not even saying that they're fucking I'm not saying that like, oh, fuck those people that died. What I'm simply stating is that like their deaths do not justify taking the homes and you know, taking the homes of fucking other people and maintaining them. No, not unless they were soldiers. Look, you guys are fucking crazy, dude. You don't understand my perspective at all if you think this way. Did someone gift her a sub? Yes. It also costs 0 cents to subscribe with a Twitch Prime. And, or, you know, that is, of course, if you already have a Amazon Prime subscription. And if you do subscribe for $0 with your Twitch Prime, which you get for free, you can avoid the ads, like at the top of the hour, like the one I'm about to run right now. This way you get a ad-free broadcasting experience, you know? Okay, Google Moretz. I vote Moretz. Shut up. I don't care what you vote for, you fucking jackass. You're only proving to me that, like, no matter how progressive you are, like, you have no problem. You have absolutely no fucking problem justifying the Zionist occupation. Like, I don't care. Also, do you know, like, here's what I don't understand. Like, are you saying that you're just fucking trolling me or something? Like, is that, like, you're just, like, the entire time you're just fucking trolling? Like, it's just fun for you? We can't win with you? Dude. Either you have to literally be completely fucking... I don't understand. Like, you can't come to me and tell me you're fucking progressive and left-wing and not recognize that you're either A, trolling, straight up fucking trolling, and doing it on purpose, or B, legitimately believe that, like, the genocidal apartheid state has legitimacy and deserves to do the insane acts of war and massacre against the Palestinian people, even though, you know, apparently the person Nitzan Horowitz is still saying that the ICC probe is legitimate, but only on, of course, the illegal settlements. The mod comment says, pet the chud. I love when the most woke party, like the Labor Zionist Party, still literally believes in oppressing Palestinians. It's just like not as aggressive. So okay, my bad, dude. Like, you make it harder. Apartheid isn't real. Yeah, dude. Apartheid isn't real, dude. We just have separate roads for Palestinians and Israelis and literally build fucking checkpoints between, like, the limited areas that Palestinians can go to and give them separate, give them a no rights whatsoever and only take away their citizenship, but never actually offer them Israeli citizenship. But apartheid isn't real, dude. It's crazy. Like, you're just crazy. It just sounds a lot like apartheid in every single way, except for the fact that it's not real, dude. Come on. This person is a troll, right? I don't think they're I don't think that they're trolling. I mean, I don't know. They say like really fucking weird shit. I'll move on, dude. This is literally a Mossad agent. I mean, she's not doing a good job defending her viewpoints, so I'm not a troll. Sorry, Israeli POV is unfamiliar to you guys. Dude, you are testing the boundaries of like what I can say without coming across as hateful against all Israelis. You understand that, right? You are like the Corey Gil Schuster video that makes Israelis look bloodthirsty as fuck when he asks them questions. You're literally here doing that right now. I don't know why you're doing this. You had every opportunity in every capacity to make it feel like, no, there are progressive Israelis out there that like totally think that this is unjustifiable. I promise. Yet instead you're like, no, we are all fucking bloodthirsty. And like our most progressive party that I would give for you, that I would show you is like actually progressive, is still fucking bloodthirsty and does not believe that apartheid is existing in Israel when it clearly is. So I don't understand why you're doing this when you're not making the Israeli POV look good. You're just reporting that the Israeli POV is bad. So either you're like literally a fucking Nazi trying to make Israelis look bad, or I don't know what the fuck you are. This is why so many Palestinians say that like even the labor and like the left-wing liberal Zionists are still just as bloodthirsty. Maybe not as bloodthirsty as like Likud or whatever, but you know, still pretty fucking bloodthirsty. Nah, dude, the fucking human... I'm a liberal, I'm a social democratic, secular, feminist, progressive, egalitarian, green politics, two-state solution, labor Zionist, and I think that the fucking Human Rights Watch is delusional. That's what you're saying. You're saying that the Human Rights Watch is actually fucking crazy for saying that Israel is an apartheid state, even though I believe in social democracy, secularism, feminism, and all this other shit. Like, I'm sorry. You make it harder for so many people. She's provoking so you can say something that they can call loosely anti-Semitic. Yeah, that's not going to fucking happen because I'm not an anti-Semitic person. The problem is that for most people, I'm letting you know, like for most people, for most normal people that are unfamiliar with what's going on in fucking Israel, Palestine, they see people getting bombed every fucking day. And then they hear someone like yourself in the chat be like, I'm such a fucking feminist, bro. Like, I'm literally a Green Party voter. Like, what the fuck? Say that, like, the apartheid state is not real when it clearly is. When it's clearly been very well defined. You just make Israelis look bad. I'm sorry. You literally make it seem like even the most woke and most progressive Israelis are still, like, fucking on board with apartheid. Meretz is not the most woke party. The most woke mainstream party in Israel is literally the Israeli Arab Party list, which includes the communists. Yeah, I mean, okay, I'm saying like out of the predominantly Jewish parties. It's just so weird. Maybe you're just saying all this shit so like some dumbasses can fucking trickle into your chat or something. I assume you have like I assume this is self-promotion for you, so that then you can turn around and fucking continue the perpetual victim narrative that you've cultivated for yourself. Like, oh look, Palestinians are actually victimizing me by existing for hundreds of years in a land that I've decided is mine. And then oh my God, look at how aggro these people are. No, don't worry. I actually have a career that is real. Cough. What? Are you so delusional that you literally just said that like what I do isn't a real career? What the fuck? You got rolled? I think they're literally provoking me to be like, I'm pretty... I'm pretty financially stable. Like, apartheid and genocide is pro-Palestinian, pro-Palestine Western narrative. I don't care how much you slender me. This is the most Israelis take. Slender assumption, yada yada. You're just slendering. Okay. Yeah, now I know you're fucking trolling, because that's really stupid that you just said that. Like, yo, there's 30,000 people in here watching, you fucking delusional weirdo. Hit him where it hurts? Oh, wow, there's a lot of dumbasses in here. Guys, like, I think after a certain point, like, it's a legitimate and viable career choice. I don't know if you're like 14 or not, but like I'm confused. Like, do you guys really think that it's that was an own? Like, yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's crazy. My fucking my career is so shit, dude. I got owned.
Either one, it's fine.
إذا أو لما الفلسطينيين بيسترجعوا فلسطين 48 شو بيصير في الإسرائيلية؟
الإسرائيلية أكيد رح يتدمروا لأنه فلسطين مش من حقهم.
For sure, the Israelis will be destroyed because Palestine is not their right.
Destroyed as in killed?
بتدمروا يعني
يقتلوا؟
أكيد.
لازم يقتلوا.
They should be killed, yes.
القوة لا يسترد إلا بالقوة.
Because what was taken by force can only be retrieved by force.
Taken back by force.
القوة طاغية يعني. إسرائيل القوة طاغية. يعني أكيد ربنا في يوم رح
Because Israel is a very powerful tyrant, and I'm sure that God will. أكيد ربنا يدمرهم. For sure, God will destroy them.
I really thought she was gonna be nicer. As God will break Israel's arms like that. Like, what was her name? Musa was saying. Yeah, that's real footage of Scarlet. Yeah, no, this is unironically the fucking occupier take, just reversed. It's still bad.
If Palestinians get back all of Palestine, what happens with all the Jews?
مثلا في عندنا سؤال إذا الفلسطينيين استردوا جميع فلسطين أوكي شو بيصير في 6 مليون يهودي؟
بس هذا السؤال زي ما صار في مش عارف كم مليون فلسطين في عام 48.
Why do you entertain shit like streaming isn't a real career? What? No, I think it's sad when you say that to someone who's like coming up. I think it's like kind of a fucked up thing to say to someone who's like pursuing their dreams, you know what I mean? Like it's but when you say that to someone like myself, it's like fucking so stupid. Like, what the fuck? Wait, what happened? Your money is from 13-year-old white boys. I'm glad you think you have a career. No, don't. What? Who cares who's giving me money? Like, what the fuck? Also, that's not even true, but that's so weird. See, shit like that makes me feel the person doesn't value labor. Yeah, I was gonna say, like, well, thank you for subscribing to me, 13-year-old white boy Scarlet Muse. The age demographic is 18 to 24, yes, but still, it doesn't matter. Even if, like, you were making money from 13-year-old white kids, like, okay, but, like, you're still, you know, there's still compensation for your labor. It's still a career, not only a career, but a viable one, but not only that, but one that, like, is pretty rewarding. So I don't know. I did, and I was gifted as if I'd give you my shekels. Okay. I can't tell if this person's got to be trolling, dude.
بصير a few million Palestinians, the same thing will happen to the Israelis. They have to figure it out because just as they made us go everywhere, and they have to do the same thing.
Okay, even the ones who were there before 1948?
حتى اللي كانوا موجودين قبل 48.
And their descendants?
But what solution doesn't end up Jews getting oppressed? Dude, how the fuck are Jews going to get oppressed, man? They hold all the power in Israel. What the fuck are you talking about? If anything that happens, it's going to look like the post-apartheid South Africa, where the Israeli Jews are still going to maintain all forms of control and continue to oppress the Palestinians that are now a part of Palestinian society. Do not, like, the reality is that it's going to still, it's not going to be a two-state solution, but even in a one-state solution, Palestinians are still going to get dominated and oppressed, but marginally they will be in a better position. Giving Palestinians equal rights means Jews will be oppressed. It's certainly a take, a brain dead one, but a take. I know. Aren't white people fleeing from South Africa? What? Yeah, dude. Israelis have a higher population in Palestine? No, it's like, at most it's 50-50, and especially if you include Palestinians living in diaspora. It's not true.
مش كان في يهود قبل 48
هون بفلسطين كان في انا حسب علم الطائفه السامريه
as to my knowledge there were the Samarites.
Samaritans.
No,
but there were also Jews here.
Yeah.
There were 600,000 Jews.
كان في تقريبا 600,000 يهودي.
ما بعرف هالمعلومه.
I don't know about this.
بعرف انه اليهود بلشوا.
Wait, what? What the fuck was that? That is not true, dude. What? I need to understand what he's talking about. Like, what? What the fuck? Wait, what? Does he mean, when is he talking about? Is he talking about after like historic after British migration, or what is he talking about? Oh, he means post World War I British mandate migration in between 1918 and 1948. It's kind of a weird way to say. It's kind of a weird way to fucking say that there were 600,000 Jewish people living here before 1948, because it's still after 300,000. It's still after 300,000 Jews migrated into historic Palestine, because before that, the wait, what? Actually, what the fuck I'm talking about? It has to be. Wait, no, that's not even true, dude. What the fuck? Even before In between, okay, here is numbers, okay? Here are the numbers. According to the Jewish Virtual Library.org, the core population of Jews living in that area in 1517 is 5,000. It's 1.7% of the population. 1882, 24,000, 8% of the population. 1914, 94,000, 13.6% of the population. 1918, 8.1% of the population. These are like Arab Jews as well, by the way. This is like all Jews. Okay? So before 1948, there's 700,000 Jews living in Israel, right? Except something happened here, as you can see. In between British rule of British takeover of historic Palestine, there is mass migration of Jews into historic Palestine leading up to 1948. That creates a Jewish population there that is more than 8% in 1918 to 32%. Fuck, I'm getting a call. Those are the two big instances of mass migration. First under British rule, which greatly increases the numbers, and at that time the mass migration isn't as much as a problem as the land grabs are, or mass expulsion is. And then after that, after World War II, there's obviously then it increases greatly. There's this interesting moment here, though, when you look at the numbers of the population of non-Jews living in Israel, Palestine, where just something happens here. What do you guys think happens to the population of non-Jews that went from, like, these numbers are going up, boop, 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 boop. Non-Jews population numbers are going up, boop, 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 boop. And then something interesting happens here, where between 1947 and 1948, it's like pee-pee poof. What happened? That's so crazy. I wonder what Scarlet Muse, maybe Scarlet Muse can tell us what happened. It says, are you on drugs? It's just, it's called something. There's a word for it amongst Palestinians for what happened here, but can't the alt-right say the same about whites in Europe? No, you fucking idiot. What white people is forcibly being removed from their fucking homeland of like, I don't know, Chelsea? Like, are British people being forcibly removed from their neighborhoods or some shit? Are you fucking stupid? I know the word is Nakba. I was memeing. Like, how the fuck do you equate this to, like, what Nazis say about white genocide? The false claim that, like, Muslims are taking over Europe. Like, they can't... It's mathematically impossible for the Muslim population to grow to a degree inside of European borders where, like, they overtake the white population, as though, like, there's a distinction, by the way, which is already broken. Wait, did she say something else? Nah, just, are you on drugs? Yeah, when you don't got nothing, you just, like, say, are you on drugs?
But all I know is that
Between 47 and 48, the Palestinians willingly left Jordan to make space for Jewish people. You should open an Israeli history book once in a while.
بعدين اجوا مرة واحدة.
came in groups and then they came all at once. First they came gradually and then they came all at once.
Okay.
كمان سؤال اللي هو إذا الفلسطينيين أخذوا كل فلسطين واسترجعوها كلياتها شو بصير في 6 مليون يهودي؟
6 مليون يهودي هنا اصلا كل واحد يرجع لبلده لان هنا اصلا
They should all
جايين
go back
من
to their
عدة
countries
بلدان.
of origin because they have come from different countries.
Okay. What about the ones who were here before 1948?
طب واللي كانوا موجودين هون قبل 48
واللي كان قبل 48 ما فيش معنا مشكله كانت معهم.
we didn't have any problems with those who lived here before the 1948.
Okay, and if most Israelis today have at least one
He's like, we don't have any problems with people that lived here before 1948.
relative from before 1948, can they stay?
طب الإسرائيليين لأنه معظم الإسرائيليين في عندهم أقارب كانوا موجودين هون قبل 48 وهم هدول شو يصير فيهم؟ اللي عندهم قرايب قبل 48 كانوا.
You can call me brain dead, but if Israel lets Arabs be equal, then they let them become more numerous than Jews. The Jews will probably get oppressed. That's what always happened throughout history everywhere. I live in France and half my high school class left for Israel because of insecurity. Yeah, that's precisely what happened to the white people in South Africa. You're right. Oh, wait, that literally didn't happen, except for in your mind. So what the fuck are you talking about? And the difference between the white population in South Africa versus the black population in South Africa is 90% to 10%. Okay, maybe a little bit different than that, but like it's not fucking near 50-50, which is designed on purpose to be that way.
احنا رضينا لل 67 واليهود ما راضيين.
We as Palestinians agreed that we would have the 1967 borders and the Israelis didn't agree to this.
قاعدين بيقيموا مستوطنات على حدود اللي 20 28% اعطوهم للسلطه من مكان الضفه قاعدين بيقيموا لسه مستوطنات عليهم.
عم ببنوا
مستوطنات.
The Israeli government is still building settlements on the lands that they claim they gave back to the Palestinians.
Okay, but he didn't answer the question. But which Israelis can stay?
Okay, معناها أنا من الإسرائيليين.
He did. He said Israelis that live or Jews that live in historic Palestine before 1948 can stay. He did that. I don't know why, but he was just like, this is not good enough for me. I need to hear like a more violent take from him or something, I guess. Not good enough. And yeah, not only did he not say 1948, he says 67 borders as well.
اللي ضلوا الأولانية مش مشكلة
The
عنا.
first ones that were here before the 1948, we have no problem because we have the Christians.
مسيحي في سامري عنا.
We have the
وفي مسلمين.
We have the Samarites and we have the Muslims.
Whites in South Africa don't have a history of being marginalized and systematically discriminated against, unlike Jew. First of all, no. Some of the whites in South Africa certainly do have a history of being discriminated against by other white people. And two, what the fuck? Why'd you just say Jew in all caps? Like singular? That's kind of weird. And lastly, it still doesn't matter just because you were fucking oppressed or just because you were or marginalized or discriminated against or fucking were purged does not give you the right to do that to other people.
Samaritans. And even those who were born here in 1950.
طب واللي انولدوا هون اليهود اللي انولدوا هون في 1950 مثلا.
لو نرجع لعدد السكان اللي كان اليهود كانوا أقلية هنا أصلا.
If we would go back to the original numbers of the Jews, we would find that they were a minority originally.
الأغلب كل اللي جاي من برا.
The majority who are here have come from abroad. لو الفلسطينية استرجعوا كل فلسطين. اوكي شو بده يصير في 6 مليون يهودي 6 مليون Jews Let whatever happens to them happens. We don't care.
But can they live here?
ممكن يعيشوا معنا في دولتنا فلسطين.
Does Arabs being oppressed also justify Arabs oppressing Jews? Did I ever say that Arabs should oppress Jews? What makes you think that I find it acceptable to fucking hurt Jewish people living in Israel? Like, it's such a stupid fucking take. When I literally routinely point out that would not be justifiable or just or correct. Also, advocating for equal rights does not mean the oppression of Jews. Like, what the fuck? Or the oppression of Israelis. They are projecting that because you are Muslim, they are self-reporting.
Yes, we are living. What was the difference? We would think about it.
Okay, so younger woman said she'll think about it. Older woman said, did she ever have a Jewish neighbor or no?
عمره كان في عندك جار يهودي؟ عمره كان في عندكم جيران يهود؟ No. We never had Jewish neighbors.
أختي بشارع شاكر ساكنة بنابلس كانت جارتهم يهودية شارع شاكر وكانت متزوجة.
So my sister used to live somewhere.
Watch this Syrian blogger? No, dude. What the fuck? You fucking weird. I'm not gonna watch any fucking video that you post.
In Nablus, and she had a Jewish neighbor.
وكانوا عايشين يعني يفقدوها وتطل عليهم وكانت حياتها طبيعية.
They used to visit each other and they used to be friends and they would also share food together.
Oh, nice.
كانوا عايشين في أمان.
And they were living safely.
Where was this?
وين كان؟ شارع
كشيكة راس العين.
شارع كشيكة راس العين. That's in Nablus.
Nablus? So she was married to a Palestinian, obviously.
كانت متزوجة.
Cool. You spend 10 hours a day talking to strangers on the internet about politics and you manage to make close to no discriminatory/bigoted statements. Hard. I do sometimes say shit that comes across that way, but of course not if you ask my fucking haters. If you ask my fucking haters, dude, no, it is hard. I'm not a bigoted person, but it's still hard to come across in an angry moment like you don't have fucking hate in your heart. You know what I mean? Anyway, does anyone have the fucking? Let's do this. Let's move on to fun stuff. I'm done. I don't want to watch this anymore. I want Scarlet Muse to shut the fuck up. How do you know the guy is Zionist on this video? He automatically equated some of the shit that he said, and also he equated like all Jews to Israel, which is. Oftentimes, if you are a Jewish person doing that, like if you are an Israeli person doing that, and you're Jewish on top of that, you probably are a Zionist. Because you're either an anti-Semite, like straight up. He said all Jews are Zionists. All right, we got a new fucking 90-day fiance, baby. Let's go. Griffin chose this one for us. He said all Jews are Zionist, and he is a Jew. Yes. I heard the comparison with South Africa might be right, but I feel like the mentality and the weaponry is completely different. Do you think there was the same hate between the two people in South Africa? Might be a very racist, uninformed take, but I felt the black population wasn't as aggressive and more kind of submissive. Not what the word is. What? The word is servile, and it's very racist. At least you recognize that it's very racist. And no, they definitely were aggressive. unless you consider bombs to be not aggressive. I don't know. There was an armed insurrection, bombs. You know. When we talk about E10, dude, come on. Okay, bro. Fucking Ludwig Andy's over here. Oh my god, E10 this dick. Oh, E10 my nuts, dude. You fucking got me, dude. Fuck. Why did I do this? Why did I say this? You just fucking owned me. Must be self-report awareness month. All right, we're done with politics. Politics is icky and yucky and gross, and I don't want to do it anymore. Okay, I just fucking Jesus Christ. After a long day of politics, I like to unwind. Can we address the real issue, your hair? No, we will not be addressing the real issue of my hair. All right, we got a new couple here. I have no fucking clue what they're gonna be like. Okay. New 90-day couple is dropping right now. Boys, get in now. New 90-day couple. The hiatus is over. I didn't watch this a few months ago. I watched this a year ago, more than a year ago. He's a Muslim but does some sins like many, actually. That's every Muslim, okay? And the Muslims in the chat are gonna fucking mauled. But like, I mean, that's how every religious person is. They fucking sin. They sin like crazy. They sin nonstop. Okay? Every religious person sins. And then they act like they're... He's just jealous, okay? He's a jealous, controlling dude. And he's couching that jealousy in his culture. Like, yes, baby, Rebecca, it's my culture, Rebecca. Like, that's it. Except it's not. Feel me? I mean, it is, in some ways, yes, like, it is a bit more conservative, for sure. But at least in Catholicism, we get to ask for forgiveness. Jahreyn, let me explain myself. What do you mean, bro? You're... Jahreyn, Tunuslu değilsin ki amına koyayım. Ne anlatacaksın yani? Anlamıyorum yani. Sanki Jahreyn şeyde filmde ben anlatayım diyor. Abi ula benden daha fazla ne biliyorsun ki? Sen de Türksün, ben de Türk'üm abi. Ne anlatacağım bana Tunus'la ilgili? Anlatayım abi diyor. Okay, listen.
How does it look?
So beautiful.
Really?
Is he mad that she's dressing provocatively, or is he worried that someone's going to disrespect her? I think he's mad that she's dressing provocatively, but I think he's couching that with like the claim that, oh, it's the culture, or the claim that like someone is going to fucking, you know, yell at her or some shit like that. It's a big column A, big column B. However, I think it's more column A, that it's his personal choice. Do you see what I'm saying? Because like, she's an American woman. She's also 47 years old. Very loud. Okay? She's very fucking loud regardless. And loud in both like the literal sense. I mean, like, Americans are very loud. Okay? And loud also in the way that she looks. So no matter what the fuck happens, like, Americans look different. So if she were to go to Turkey or Tunisia or wherever the fuck, people are going to look at her no matter what happens. And some people are even going to say some shit. Allah said it is halal to get the egg sucked out of your ovaries like boba in the... Okay, Morgan, I'm gonna ban you, dude. When I went to the Grand Palace in Thailand, I respected their country and followed their rules. That's how it is. Okay. Yes. There is a boundary between respecting the host nation's culture and not being a fucking annoying asshole loud American. But you're talking about the fucking Grand Palace in Thailand. Like, I also expect women, whether they like it or not, to cover their hair and their head if they're going into a mosque. Okay? It's a religious rule. I think it's, you know, I don't think it should exist, but it's a fucking religious rule. That's respect. That is literal respect. You can question mark me all you want. That is actually respecting a religion. Okay? But like, if you're wearing a fucking, you know, not even like a super revealing outfit just because your arms are showing, it's just crazy. And the dude himself said it was fucking how are they different? How are they different? One's a fucking nightclub in Tunisia or a hookah bar. The other is a mosque, dude. What the fuck? One is a place of worship, guys. You take your fucking shoes off in the mosque too. That's weird. But you still do it. Fuck you mean? A mosque is a religious place. Why would you go there if not to be religious? I mean, to see, like, you know, some mosques have like wonderful architecture like that. If you didn't grow up with traditional culture, you will never fucking understand truly. Thanks, Lover Girl 689. I would have no idea what a fucking predominantly Muslim country's expectations with me would be. Because, you know, I didn't grow up in one. So thank you, Lover Girl from Iowa, telling me what the expectations of fucking Muslim countries would look like. Assuming she's talking to you and not chat. I don't know. I just thought she was. My middle school had us visit a mosque as a part of a lesson on all major religions. They made exceptions for us, but you were 100% right. That's interesting. But maybe because you were in middle school, so that's probably why. She was agreeing with you? Oh. I think they were directing to the randos in the chat. I'm sorry, Lover Girl. I'm not talking about you, you stupid fuck. And I'm talking about the white people. I was talking about chat. Stupid. Stupid fuck. Sorry, Lover Girl. How problematic would it be for a Westerner to date a girl born and raised in Istanbul? What? No. Like, if you're a Westerner and you're dating what? Like, Istanbul is a fucking cosmopolitan city, guys. It is significantly more diverse and significantly more modern, especially certain parts of Istanbul, than like most parts of America. Istanbul is closer to New York City than New York City is to Oklahoma City. Okay? This is something that most people don't understand. The difference between a place like the differences between like a rural area in America and a city in America is literally more severe than city to city internationally. Straight up. And I say this as someone who has, you know, spent a significant amount of time in Oklahoma, spent a significant amount of time in New York, and spent a significant amount of time in Istanbul, okay? Well, not really. What? Yo, guys, listen, I mean, I criticize Turkey a lot, but like Istanbul, despite the fucking animals living in it, okay, has more culture in its fucking pinky than like 99% of fucking American cities that were built in the last 50 years. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? This is literally like, it's the same with every European city. I don't know if you guys recognize this or not, but like, it's kind of where the world was, you know, the world was run all the way from most like British cities and shit like that, all the way to Istanbul. Like, these were cosmopolitan trade centers where literally cultures from all around the world merged and got together and interacted with one another. Also, on top of that, it's literally a connection between Europe and Asia, so that makes it even more significant. So I find it really weird that people are just like, oh, he's making shit up, chat. Don't trust Hasan. Fuck you, dude. What the fuck? Yeah, and also thousands of years old too. So I'm from Oklahoma. Why'd you come here? I love OKC, dude. I love OKC, brother. But he's cool with their driving, so there's that. Bro, they're in Tunisia, okay? It's not fucking Saudi Arabia. Also, he can't drive. He doesn't have enough driving experience to be able to drive a fucking rented car. Like, dude, guys. Like, these countries are very different from one another with respect to, like, the rules and cultural norms, okay? God damn, dude. Saudi Arabia is just like... Saudi Arabia has like ruined the Muslim cultural experience for the rest of the world. I swear to God. Everybody just like... Americans just always automatically assume that like... I can't believe it. I sound so Turkish when I say this. But Americans automatically assume like everyone from a Muslim country must be driving camels in the desert. And, you know, women are not allowed to drive.
HasanAbi.
Funny because motherfuckers in Saudi Arabia don't even ride camels. They all have G-Wagons, bro. They all have G-Wagons that they can suspiciously drive on 2 wheels for some reason. I don't know why. Everyone knows this. You're literally just like them when you talk about Saudi. What, you think I think that fucking dudes in Saudi Arabia only ride camels? Like, what are you, crazy?
I arrived in Tunisia a few days ago to meet my boyfriend Zied for the first time. Even though we're still getting...
No, but you said women aren't allowed. They're allowed to drive now? Yeah, dude, I know. And the main fucking activist is still jailed, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know if they let her out yet. But the main female activist that was fighting for that literally was in jail until recently. Oh, dude, you're so wrong about Saudi Arabia. Women are allowed to drive now. Yeah, motherfucker. As of 2 years ago. The fuck do you mean, dude? They freed her in February? Oh, my bad. Yeah. Dog, you're crazy, bro. Like, fucking Saudi Arabia is so advanced now. Listen. to the homies living in Saudi Arabia, I'm not even gonna say I'm sorry, because like, if you're living in Saudi Arabia and you're in this chat, you probably fucking you probably don't hate it too much. I got some Saudi homies, like they're just like, yeah, it's chill, whatever. They pop off when they come to America, and then they go back to Saudi Arabia, and they're just like, yeah, it's chill for all the men. Oh, yeah, no, for sure. $46 currently in chat.
11 months here feels
Dudes in Saudi only drive G-Wagon on 2 wheels, swim in oil, shake sand out of their Air Force Ones, and lie. Exactly. Someone needs to get banned, lol? No one needs to get banned. I don't know. One of my favorite homies in Miami was the single soul like Bentley Lamborghini salesperson. Actually, if there's American Saudis in here, they might even fucking know him. And he was super chill. But, little
poggers.
It's a little conservative. Was it? What was it? Hold on, let me see. Let me see if I can find him. They were the sole distributor of, I think, Bentleys, Lotuses. He loved Lotuses. And Lamborghinis. People call Lebanon open-minded until they go to Bekaa and see how fucked up it is. I mean, Lebanon, just like Turkey, just like many places, has areas that are fucking very conservative, and then areas that are very liberal and very progressive. It's just how it is. Talk shit about Lebanon, I will ban you. Doesn't Lebanon have Hezbollah? Also, it's the same as in America as well. It's like fucking going to some real conservative fucking area. I mean, women dressing a certain type of way is probably not going to be that big of a deal in conservative parts of the country. Unless you're like literally in like, I don't know, Mormon town or something. Or not Mormon town, Amish town. Tunisia has couscous, Lebanon has Hezbollah. I'm Swiss Lebanese. Lebanon is more American than Switzerland. And you don't get stoned to death for that? Like, again, what the fuck do you think is going on in like Muslim countries, bro? Like, that's so stupid, you stupid American idiot. Like, shut up. If you don't know, why do you say? If you don't know, just keep it to yourself. and let motherfuckers explain it to you, okay? Oh my God. And then the follow-up. Nah, just mostly honor killings. My Lord, dude. You know, I was talking to my mom and dad about this, right? We were talking about the problem. There's a lot of unemployment in Turkey right now. There's a massive youth population in Turkey, and there's a lot of unemployment in Turkey, right? And there are millions of people that are like stay-at-home NEETs, basically, in Turkey. They're in this chat right now. And they've stopped looking for jobs. And I think Jare and Kılıçdaroğlu was talking about this as well the other day when they were talking about like what to do, and Kemal Kılıçdaroğlu was talking about like, you know, education and initiatives like job opportunities for our youth, stuff like that. It's a big problem. Okay? And I asked my dad like what he thinks about it, and he was like, well, a huge part of the problem in Turkey for unemployment revolves around like nepotism, right? You know? And I was telling him like there's no, I mean, it's not just nepotism. Like it's not always just nepotism in the private sector. There's like similar issues, right? And what I find to be interesting is like, I told him this, and I think this is true. In Western nations, they have found a way to normalize and legalize the same kind of corrupt elements you see in Eastern countries, but because of Orientalism, we look at, in America, like you look at Turkey as like barbaric for doing the same shit that you do here. And what I mean by that is this, like in Turkey, you have rüşvet, right? Bribery. It's bribery. That's barbaric. In America, you have legalized bribery in the form of campaign contributions. It's still fucking bribery. You're just doing it legally. So now it's actually not barbaric. Do you see what I'm saying? Nepotism exists here as well. But it's different when it happens there. There's this like weird fucking double standard. And the similar thing exists in America where like Americans will be like, dude, it's so homophobic, dude. These fucking Muslim countries, they're so fucking homophobic, bro. They're so homophobic. It's like, dog, you still have the gay panic defense here in America. Like people still fucking, people kill gay people here and then say, oh, I panicked. Didn't know they were gay. And I worried. And then they can get like a lower defense. Or, I mean, a lower sentence. It's so odd. It's like American exceptionalism and Orientalism is so strange that like the very same conservative Americans will then fucking turn around and look to other countries in the East and be like, they're such animals. They're so barbaric. Meanwhile, like, bro, you're doing the same shit here. Like, I got it. You added a different flavor to it. You added you know, you made it seem more bureaucratic as you codified the same kind of corrupt institutions and the corrupt elements that exist in every fucking country. You renamed it. Why do you hype up Turkey like it would be Greece? What the fuck? What?
Happy 5-month sub. My dude came for the politics, stayed for the community. Also
How is it equal? What in the United States is equal to what they do? Well, the problem is you don't know anything. Like you don't know what they do. You don't know what you're talking about. This is the same chatter who said like women get stoned in every Muslim country. Like you're psychotic and stupid and wrong. I'm not even saying that women aren't oppressed in these other countries, but they're not getting fucking stoned, you idiot. But you think that because you're dumb.
Top of the hour every hour.
Wasn't it this guy? No, he was the guy, wasn't it? Yeah, you did. You did say that, you fucking liar. And you don't get stoned to death for that. You literally did. Why are you... Literally didn't say that? I pulled your fucking chat logs that are in front of me. Is it so embarrassing that you just, like, chose to forget? This entire stun lock started because you said, and you don't get stoned to death for that. It's wild because, like, Texas literally banned all abortions after 6 weeks, but let's have the chat tell us how Muslim countries are so oppressive. When in Turkey, the government pays for your abortion, motherfucker. In the public healthcare system, you get free fucking abortions. What's up? Maybe don't compare the worst parts of American culture to the norm in other cultures. What's up, dude? They got public health care. They got private hospitals as well, but they have public hospitals. They got public health care. And you can get a fucking abortion. So what's up? What happened? What happened? It just like fucking annoys me when people have this like high and mighty attitude, especially as it comes to like all these other countries without knowing anything about these nations. It's just like in your fantasies. Public hospitals and fucking public brothels, dude. Kerane amına koyayım. Kerane. Hala var mı bilmiyorum gerçi Türkiye'de. Public brothels, bitch. What's up? Yok abi kapattılar. Oh, never mind. They don't have them anymore. This administration turned it off. Or shut them down. Hey, at least Turkey fucking had a female prime minister 40 fucking years before America ever even, took a shot at it. Glass ceiling, motherfucker. Tansu Çiller. I mean, she was, not great, but still. Pakistan, too. She was really bad, but still, exactly. She wasn't great, but fuck it. Who cares? Still, glass ceiling. So it just like annoys me when people who don't understand the nuances just like come at it from like a really ignorant point of view. When someone in the East is ignorant, that's because they're barbaric, right? But when an American is ignorant, it still comes from a fucking place of like elitist entitlement. So strange. It's like, yeah, motherfucker, I don't know because I don't need to know. You don't know because you're barbaric and you don't understand. I don't know because I don't need to know, motherfuckers. I run the world. America is a developing nation with a Gucci belt. We have all of the world's wealth. We have so much money here in America, and we mistreat our own citizens. Other countries don't have this kind of wealth, and yet they still try their very best to help people out, even when they're corrupt dipshit administrations like the fucking Erdogan regime, like wrought with corruption through and through, all the way up and down. What about our national debt? Say that to my Venezuelan Twitter mutual. I love that, dude. I love that, dude. When When you're down so bad as an American that you literally have to point to a country that you have systematically cut off from the rest of the world's trade and starved out. Like, hey, well, you know, you think we're so bad? Look at this country that we fucking starved, brother. They're doing way worse there. Oh, you think we're bad, motherfucker? Look at Afghanistan. Vuvuzela or no iPhone. People from other countries want to be homeless in America? What? That's not true, dude. Yeah, only because they don't know how we treat homeless people here. Are you fucking stupid? No, they don't, dude. Are you insane? Oh my god, dude. Yeah, maybe homeless in fucking Norway. Exactly. Yeah, maybe people want to be homeless in Norway. Definitely not America, dude. Yeah. Guy living in the Middle East, not being actively bombed by the United States, says, oh man, I really wish I could get killed by a cop in America right now. It'd be so much better. I qualified it by saying not currently being bombed by the United States, you know.
1 month away from our anniversary hassle.
America's not a third world country with a Gucci belt. It just lacks some social programs present in other first world countries. Dude, you say this and you act like Mississippi, Alabama, and like certain parts of the South don't exist. You're so wrong.
My dad grew up
There's
in Persia
places,
and he was Baha'i,
there are
then
entire
Muslim took over.
fucking,
If they found
not
out
just
you were
rural,
Baha'i, they would
but
probably
urban
jail or
areas
kill
in
you.
the United States
Just
of
a lot of
America
religious
where
persecution.
their
He
pipes are
smuggled
so
himself
fucking
out of the area
corroded
because they forced
and their
him to go
water
to
is
military.
poisonous. Okay?
Ajahn,
Like
this is
literally, look to
perfectly
Detroit,
described in
look to
Orientalism
Alabama,
by
where there are
Edwin Said.
entire city
Also,
blocks
Indonesia Prime Minister
where
female.
there's just no fucking sewage system. What do? Look to West Virginia, the entire state
Hassle.
of West Virginia. You're crazy. You're crazy. We constantly, when we think of America, we just think of like, literally just like West Hollywood and fucking certain parts of California and New York and Chicago. Texas losing its entire power grid in an ice storm was the most Turkish moment I've ever seen, dude. Like, when I was growing up in Turkey, we routinely had blackouts. Our infrastructure is not great. But goddamn, dude, the entire state of Texas fucking lost its power for like weeks, dude. That's crazy. That shit's not happened, and I don't think that's happened in Turkey in an entire region ever, to my knowledge. Maybe it has, probably, but. And the problem is, everything is fucking private. It was the most Mexican moment, too. It's just because we've privatized everything. This is the part of the broadcast where butthurt Americans will turn around and be like, what about El Salvador, dude? You want to talk about gun violence? What about El Salvador? Literally our fault. But hey, it's besides the point. It's crazy. We're just like, we have our heads shoved up so far our asses here in America. And we just think our shit don't stink. Because we're just so used to the fucking smell of shit. We just constantly look at other countries and assume that they're like worse off than we are, or we just completely avoid their existence, like Canada, or most of the other OECD nations. Like, they just don't exist. In the eyes of a conservative American, these nations are, it's like Harry Potter land. It's like Hogwarts, bro. Like, it's just like someone wrote about it in a book. I don't think it's real. Absolutely no one would be able to live with this kind of socialism. Internet sucks in the US as well. Romania has 100 times better internet than the US. Yeah. Again, oligopolies. Wait, why do so many people want to move here, though? Are they just dumb? The reason why people want to move to America is because at least it has the protective barrier of being America. So it's not a country that America is dominating actively and currently. Okay? That's the only advantage. That's why people want to move here. Because it's a country where you're not being actively bombed by that same country. It also runs the world's fucking currency. Another reason why people want to move to America is because of cultural imperialism. I say this as someone who grew up with American culture, and that's why I am so American that it's impossible for people to understand that I'm not. Or find out that I'm not, or they're confused when I tell them that I'm not. But it's Hollywood. We have a multi-billion-dollar industry that is constantly marketing the best possible way to describe how things look here to the rest of the world. We thought, when I came here, I just, I had an entirely different point of view about what America was going to be like. They moved to America to hide from America? I mean, yeah.
As truth.
If that was true, then Eastern Europeans would all be trying to move to India, lol? What do you mean? HasanAbi for president? Oh, he wasn't born here? No, I was. I'm an anchor baby. I was born here. I could be president one day. I mean, that would never happen, and I wouldn't want that to happen anyway, but... Anyway, I'm gonna end the broadcast here, boys, because I got some shit to take care of that I house related, and I got to talk to my family. So I'm gonna hit a 3-minute ad break here, and I'm gonna go call them. So I'm sorry for ending it relatively early at 9 rather than a little bit later, but. And I wanted to play some Super Mario Space Odyssey. But
Piker for president.
I will see you guys tomorrow. No, it's 9 hours. It's 8:15 here, but I've been on for 9 hours. That's what I'm saying. It's just funny, man. You don't fucking when you look at America, you never think like, oh shit, I'm gonna pay $3,000 because I rode an ambulance to a hospital that's like literally a block away. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't think about those things And then boom, all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, it's like that here. Or you don't think about like, oh, I'm going to get an education, a good prestige college education that everyone wants to get all around the world. You know, go to one of these colleges here. And then before you know it, you're like, oh my God, I'm $100,000 in debt, dude. What the fuck happened? So, or that, or you get to pay $1K a month for a studio apartment that literally leaks shit. Yep. You make 100,000 easier than any countries. That's certainly true. If you're very, very lucky. If you are profoundly lucky, you can make a lot of money here. And a lot of people think they can make a lot of money here. And that's another part of that appeal. It's the American dream that they're selling you, baby. It is what it is. But that's not the truth. Not the truth for a lot of Americans who work in the service industry, who work on fucking Uber just to make ends meet and pay for a fucking shit-ass apartment that they pay way too much money for. The words of George Carlin, the late George Carlin. It's the American dream because, you know, you got to be sleeping to see it. I fucking butchered that, but you got to be asleep. Oh, gotta be asleep to believe
you
it.
dumb lad.
Okay, well, that was a lot better. Oh, that's why he's George Carlin and I'm a fucking doo-doo head himbo Twitch streamer. You know what I'm saying? All right. Love you guys, and I will.
Good night, Hasan. Thanks for being a
I will see
consistent
you
source of entertainment
tomorrow,
and education for us.
bright and early. Oh, we got a fucking podcast tomorrow too. Oh, Will tell you this as well, but speakpipe.com/Hasan if you want to be on the podcast. Send your funny messages to speakpipe.com/Hasan. Third episode of the podcast, Fear and Malding, is already out. It was on Israel Palestine, and you know, hopefully you guys enjoy that. Hopefully you watched it. Hasan Piker, is it /Hasan Piker? Speakpipe.com/Hasan Piker. I was wrong. It's not Hasan. Anyway, bye guys.